Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. What's up, everyone, and welcome to an episode of the As Seen on TV podcast for The Originals, Season 3, Episode 12, Dead Angels. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me is Mr. Dom.
Mr. Hi.
And Miss Nikki.
Hi.
And Miss Kim.
Hi.
Hi. It's gonna be one of those episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So. I don't know what the hell is happening. Anyway. This was a fairly decent episode of The Originals, and it is... fairly decent. So.
I tried.
Breathe.
You're holding it in with her voice.
Screw you, Furnace. Anyway. Okay, so, on to the actual episode of The Originals, which has Cammy bargaining the white oak horse carving for all of her family's dark objects. Go. We're just not going to get anything done tonight, are we?
This is more entertaining than the show was.
No, but
The show was... yeah.
No, actually, this episode is really... It had a lot of things going on.
can I just say how much I love Cammy?
Go ahead, but
You-
I'm pretty sure people don't agree with you.
You could say it, we might not agree with you.
I love Cammy with the passion of 1,000 burning suns.
She's a stupid bitch.
Ooh.
Well, and
shots fired.
Yeah, she's letting the vampirism go to her head. She thinks she can do whatever she wants. And clearly that's not what's happening.
She's
Fucking everything up.
She had a bad transition.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She's not thinking. She's smarter than this, and like all of her common sense is gonna out the fucking door.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I think that pisses me off more, is she is way smarter than this. Come the fuck on. I would expect this from... I don't know.
Klaus.
Someone... I'd expect this from Klaus, not thinking things through.
Yeah. I mean, even Klaus kind of called her out on that.
Yeah, he kind of did, which I found hilarious. And Klaus... And there was that one point where Klaus says, I do hate irony.
Mhm.
Always hated it. So, she has Vincent cloak him and her, and put up a barrier against Klaus, because she knows he's going to be coming after her really soon, and really forcefully.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, her whole thing is, she feels that she can only survive if she has access to her family's dark objects. The dark little baubles.
I mean, I can understand that. But Klaus did make a point last episode that Cole made all those objects, so technically they are his family's. You know?
Potato.
Yeah.
Who the fuck says
Heck.
potato?
Me. I had a big
Potato.
potato today. I'm eating some potato chips.
Ah.
Potatoes.
But seeing as... Don't get me started with those again.
Oh,
Potato,
Mojo
potato,
Jojo.
potato.
Potatoes. But more seriously, Klaus only agrees to trade because he realizes he doesn't really have a choice. He wants this object because it is the only known object that could be made into something to kill him or his family. And he kind of wants to have possession of, if not destroy it.
The thing is, I don't think he's gonna destroy it because of hope, but he wants to.
He really wants to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they would all agree to destroy it, because even if it would upset Hope, because it is the one singular object that could kill them.
Yeah.
And as long as it exists, it puts all of them in danger.
Well,
More
now
so
it's
than they would
more
be.
than one object, right?
Yeah, now it's 6 bullets in a revolver. Yeah, I was not expecting that. Like, we'll obviously get to it more, but having, the horse getting made into bullets, brilliant.
Yeah.
I forgot that happened, and then it clicked, and I was like, oh, well, Hope's completely out of the question now, because it doesn't matter. It's not a horse anymore.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's a horse of a different color.
Got a very different color. We'll get to that later, though. So yeah, Klaus begrudgingly agrees to trade, and he goes off to fetch the objects. Meanwhile,
Stay here and keep the barrier up.
Yeah, keep it up, because Klaus knows that as soon as word gets around, more will be knocking down Cammy's door.
And that's exactly what happened.
And as we just mentioned on the Vampire Diaries, how, Stefan and Damon are a baby compared to a lot of vampires, Cammy is literally a baby vampire. Like, days old. There are probably only a dozen, if any, vampires at all who are weaker than her at this point. So, yeah. Not good for her. Anyway, Aya, one of the people also looking for this weapon, takes Davina to the other sisters to, try to channel Ariane, or whatever her name was, I forgot. The blonde show-stealing witch from last episode.
I liked her.
I did too. Too bad she was kind of seemed like a one-off. Ish.
I have a feeling she's going to have a lot to play with bringing Cole back.
I'm getting that feeling too.
I really hope so.
So Aya wants her channeled to find the weapon. Because if this weapon exists, Aya wants to be in control of it so that she knows for sure that Elijah doesn't get killed.
Because we found out some juicy details about her and Elijah.
Big time. 900 years ago, they had a little,
Oops.
Oops.
I don't think that was an oops.
It was
I think
much
that
longer than an oops.
Oh yeah. Far longer than an oops.
Sometimes oopses just go on forever.
They can.
It seemed more like they were in love with each other. Oops.
And then they started a whole crazy organization, cult bullshit, and then, yeah.
Called the Strix. So yeah, we find out that Aya and Elijah came up with the original charter for the Strix, their original rules for their organization, which Elijah brings all handily to one of their meetings, like, by the way, in the absence of a leader, or however he put it, leadership of the Strix will revert back to the original, charter form or whatever. Elijah Mikealson. Look, it's written right here. I'm the boss. Doesn't
I
work.
wasn't having that. She's like, fuck no.
The fuck no.
I know loopholes and I got them.
Exactly. Bitch, you left us to die 900 years ago when your daddy came knocking.
Michael.
Do you blame him?
No. I mean, as he said, he's like, as soon as I realized my family was safe, I came back.
Did he, though?
We don't know. It's all...
We don't know. I mean,
He spent a lot of time in Mystic Falls.
Well, he did bring. Well,
There's a lot of...
That doesn't seem like coming right back to me.
That was, we're talking hundreds of years ago.
I
Yeah.
mean, if they had the knowledge now that they have with the bloodlines and all that stuff, would Aya really have wanted him to stay? To possibly get killed by Michael? She'd be
No.
dead.
And you know what? You're right, because 900 years ago, they didn't know that.
They had no idea.
Mm.
And they didn't know for sure until Cole died. Well, I mean, they knew when Finn died, but it was 100% confirmed.
hmm So, I mean, Aya's making this big deal out of Elijah running away from his dad, where, he could have died and she would have died along with him.
And
You think now that they have that information that she'd be like, oh,
you left
a little
u-
bit pissed
It's like
off, but
you
oh,
left us
okay.
to be slaughtered by your father. Yeah, well, if father would have gotten to Elijah and slaughtered him, you all would have died anyway.
Exactly. I don't see her logic. She's just
Come the
being,
fuck on.
she's just
And then
being
he did
dramatic.
also offer her to run away with him.
Mm-hmm.
She
He
didn't
did.
take it.
Yeah.
So she challenges into a duel, which, even though she's 900 years old, just shy of 1,000, not gonna work very well.
No, but she can sure as hell try.
She can sure as hell try, and she gave him a run for his money.
But in the end,
Marcel is a little tricksy fuck, and that's why I
I
like
knew
Marcel.
it was coming. I knew it was fucking coming. I'm like, Marcel is gonna end up with the charter at midnight. I saw it coming. I called it just before they got into the ring, and I'm like, this is what's gonna happen.
And I was totally like, Marcel and Elijah are in on this together.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I knew that from even before the ring. I was just like, those two fuckers are working with each other. And then,
They
like, this
always
whole
were.
thing panned out, and I was like, yep, fucking knew it.
Yeah, it very well played, though.
It was.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
because I'll be honest, I knew they were working together previously, but I had no idea this episode. I thought Elijah's rage at Marcel for, winning that was, honest.
It was perfect. Where you're talking about the hand in the chest and like it looked like Elijah was ready to freaking kill him, and then they go back to Marcel's place and Elijah's just like, I was just in character. You were in no harm.
I was in character. But, it cements Marcel's position because now it, built loyalty. Like, Aya's obviously not in. She is not the boss anymore.
No.
And if it was between Elijah and Marcel won fair and square, and Elijah looked like he was going to break the rules and kill him and take over anyway.
hmm
Which would have meant Elijah had no respect as a leader, all that other bullshit.
Right.
I'm just surprised Elijah didn't kill Aya to begin with.
And she even brings that up.
She did bring that up, yeah. But I mean, if he would have done that to Aya, it would have basically painted the same picture about Elijah in that, like, he would do anything to become the leader.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he doesn't want to paint that picture, but at the same time, he kind of, like, it's already started just a little bit.
Yeah. A wee bit.
But I think he's almost clear now. Him and Marcel just got to keep up the ruse.
Keep up the ruse, and I wonder how long they're going to be playing the Strix.
I don't know.
Until they're not necessary anymore.
They did make it seem like he still had feelings for Aya. A little.
He has feelings for all his old flings. Elijah is
Yeah.
a big softie.
And in the meantime, Haley is super jealous.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
she
should
is.
see that
Kidding me?
face.
You know what?
Like,
I don't
you guys
know.
had a thing.
I think that's jealousy with this, like, she's still getting over Jackson, so she's hypersensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely sensitive over it, but it's just classic Haley jealousy.
Classic Haley jealousy. I like it. Yeah, speaking of Haley, she has an interesting part here. Classic jealousy. She gets the story told to her of their past. And Klaus venting to her kinda drops the ball about the whole White Oak course anyway. Because little did they know. Well, Klaus kind of felt something, but he just, shrugged it off. Davina's there, spying on them. Or an astral projection of her.
What a
Or...
tricksy witch.
It was an astral projection.
Mm-hmm.
Klaus could sense it, but he couldn't quite capture it, and catch on.
He knew something was, there or up, but he's just like, back to dark object collecting. And then, bitching to Haley about how Cammy stole the thing and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then Davina gets the information stolen from the other one-off witch, Strix witch we have, which after Ariane last episode, I was like, oh good, another one-off witch. I don't like this one as much.
Mm. Mm-mm.
In fact, this one was a fucking moron.
I mean, you see who she's working for.
This one was a moron.
I can't believe
The
she
thing-
didn't think the thought process of, oh, she's probably gonna kill me afterwards. No one ever thinks that. They just go along with, yeah, I'm gonna get what I want.
Well,
They're a fucking vampire. They're just gonna eat you. You're done.
Ariana knew that, once Elijah found what he was looking for, she was done for. But she wanted that release. She didn't want to be part of the Strix coven anymore. And it looked like this witch didn't either. She wanted to be
remember
free
her
as
name.
well. I don't remember her name either, but she didn't want to be part of the coven anymore, part of the sisters, because of the way Aya has been running them. And I'm wondering if, Aya's going to let Marcel in on the coven witches. Like, he knows about them because Davina's part of them now. So
Mhm.
maybe he's going to weasel his way in there, because we always knew that he kind of wanted always to have control over witches from the very get-go.
Yeah, and Marcel, he was not happy about, Davina getting recruited in there.
No. That's why I think he's going to get his fingers in there so that Davina doesn't really have to perform what Aya wants.
Mm-hmm. And what Aya
then-
wants. Go on.
Yes, but what Aya wants is this congregation of power, so that the thing that we've been talking about the whole season is the release from the bloodlines, so that they're no longer connected to the originals.
Boom! Bombshell.
Yeah. Someone called that at the beginning of the season, that they'd find a way.
I think we all called it in some way. We all had our theories, but that was the end.
Mm-hmm. Well, there we go. So Aya's whole goal is found a way to separate us from the sire line bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Just need a lot of power.
Mm-hmm. And that's what the sisters are for.
Mm-hmm. But this one finds the information, turns Cammy into a living pretzel, and steals the horse.
Now I just really want Wetzer's pretzel.
Yummy. Anyway, horse is stolen. Oh, surprise, surprise, she's not working for the Strix. She's working for Aurora, whose face I have not missed these last couple of episodes.
No? Not even in the slightest?
She does kind of have a cute face.
You know what? She's a cute actress, and I'm sure in other things I would have no problem, but when I see her face as Aurora, I get irrationally angry.
Irrationally.
Yes, I have no reason to be, but when she comes on screen, my mood worsens.
So homework assignment. Nikki, behind you, hang a poster of Aurora.
I'm just gonna get a bunch of pictures of Aurora.
Pictures.
Pictures. And they're gonna piss him off. They're pictures. And I'm gonna put them all over the house.
Pictures. Here's the thing. Now, will you help me release myself for the eternal servitude to the Strix? Yes, love. I'll release you right now. And I'm like, you didn't fucking see that coming? Like,
Whatever.
yeah, whatever. She's dead.
Whatever.
Stupid.
Stupid.
I want to know what happened to Vincent, because the last we saw him, he was taking on like 6 of the sisters at once.
Regent with the powers of the ancestors of 9 covens versus a bunch of really powerful outcasty witches.
I think he's okay.
I have a feeling he's fine.
Especially since they're on like you said, hollow ground. That's the center point of like all of the power.
Yeah, they attacked him at like his locus of power. Like that's where.
Locusts. He has locusts?
Shut up. He can summon them.
I want to see this.
Subtract the T. Anyway. You know, that is where, yeah, that's the congregation of all the power. That's where all the ancestors' bodies practically are buried and all that.
Why are locusts drinking tea?
You're just trying now, aren't you?
No. He's correct. There are locusts that drink tea, or are they crickets? I don't know, but it's in China.
Anyway, Vincent's gonna be fine. Who's not gonna be fine?
You.
One of the originals, probably, because now Aurora has happy, shiny original killing bullets.
I don't think Aurora is gonna do much other than be like, I have these bullets, and then all of a sudden she's gonna be dead. And then they're gonna have the bullets, and then they're gonna burn the bullets, and everything's gonna be okay until Hope comes into her powers and becomes corrupted, and then, oh god, whole new storyline next season. Sorry, getting ahead of myself.
I mean,
Bam.
you see in the preview for next week, Aurora pulls a gun on Klaus, loaded
She's not
with
gonna pull the
Sid
trigger.
bullets. No, still never.
She's gonna go fucking crazy and be like, "Why can't you just love me?"
Why can't you just love me? I'm not gonna shoot you. And then the last thing you see is her head flying over the horizon, while her body stays firmly planted where it is.
I hope Klaus uses the same sign that Damon used last episode and offs her head.
Damon just walks on screen like, "Hey, Klaus, long time no see, buddy. Here, use this."
Just hands him over a sign.
Hands
It's a
him
good
a
luck
no
sign.
smoking sign or a speed limit sign or something. Oh god, there's so many puns for that. Moving on. Like, trying to see what there was another point I wanted to make. Moving on. At the end of the episode, it has Elijah and Klaus talking with each
Well,
other.
You didn't even talk about how Ariana comes back from the other
Right.
side to
Thank
tell
you. That was the
Dana
point. Thank you.
that
There you go.
Cole is not in a good place.
He's not doing too well.
No, the ancestors are picking on him like big old bullies.
And she has a time limit to rescue him right now. Otherwise, he's going to suffer a fate worse than death.
Okay. I'm getting a flashback to that dog cartoon.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh God.
The purple dog.
I don't know
That-
why that episode was so terrifying, but
I
it just
got
really
chills.
was.
No, but I don't know. I feel like Nathaniel will be. Cole will be back on the show.
Oh yeah.
I really feel like it because did some research on him following this episode, and he was on another TV show on the CW called Significant Mother,
Oh.
where the show is about two best friends, one of which is hooking up with said best friend's mother.
It's fucking hilarious. Just saying.
Nathaniel, aka Cole, is the one hooking up with the best friend's mother. It is hilarious.
So good.
And B, this is for you, B. He spends at least half of the episode with his shirt off. So,
And another at least 30% without his pants on.
yeah, that too. So, it was definitely interesting. I cannot
it was like
tell
focused
you.
at me.
I cannot tell you how many times I laughed watching it. I only watched the first episode, right? Because I was like, what the fuck? Like, the show was not getting good ratings at all. It's like a summertime show, so that's kind of part of it. But I was like, what has he been up to? So I watched it. I laughed so hard. Harder than I've laughed at a TV show since Robin Williams' last TV show. That show. The Crazy Ones. That was a hilarious show. So I was like, okay, I see this. But then I was looking into it, and he had a clause in his contract that said, you know, if he got callback for originals that he, you know, or the Vampire Diaries, that he would pick up and be able to come back onto those. So ratings seemed not to do good, so I don't think that Significant Mother is going to get a second season, but he's not doing anything else, so chances are fairly likely that we will see him back on here.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
I like that. So, Cole's in danger. He will be saved. But Klaus and Elijah are wondering who's first on Aurora's hit list.
I mean, from the preview, it looks like Klaus, but we can never know because those are cut in such a way that they're only supposed to give us a little tidbit of information.
They're supposed to build tension.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I really think she's just gonna be like psycho. Well, we know she's a psycho.
Oh, yeah.
She's gonna stand there and be all like,
She's gonna be
I don't-
bitching about not getting enough attention from Klaus, and it's gonna turn into why the sky is blue, and then why birds fly, and then
Why do they fly?
I don't know.
Why do fools fall in love?
This is exactly what we're talking about. Aurora is a freaking crazy person. She doesn't know where her head is at all. It's gonna start out on point, and then she's gonna just go. She's gonna fly away. Her brain's just gonna. Boop,
What's that noise again?
Anyway,
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
we're gonna find that out next episode, which is called Heart-Shaped Box. And here's the thingy. Determined to make her ultimate move against the Mikealson brothers, Aurora uses Freya as bait to lure Klaus and Elijah into a dangerous trap. Meanwhile, after being recruited by the Strix's powerful coven of witches to perform a spell that could save the lives of her closest friends, Davina finds a way to conjure up Cole, guest star Nathaniel, the only person who may know the key ingredient to completing the spell. Finally, Haley is forced to make a heartbreaking sacrifice. I wonder what that could mean.
What could it mean?
Klaus.
Hope.
I mean, Elijah.
Oh.
It's Elijah.
There's no way.
That's through Elijah.
It would have to be Elijah. There's no way she would sacrifice in a way Hope. There's no way she wouldn't just like throw her.
For Hope's
like,
benefit, she would.
I mean, like if Rebecca was back and she's like, okay, here, Rebecca, take Hope and run. Yes, she would still do that. But like she's making it seem like she's completely just throwing whatever she's sacrificing out the window and she's just leaving it. So I don't think she'd do that for Hope. She'd still want to be connected in some way.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that too. But, yeah, we'll see that next week. Anything I missed? Anything we missed?
I don't think so.
I think Tristan's still on the bottom of the ocean.
He's still on the bottom of the ocean.
Totally there still.
Where is he?
Where's Lucian?
That's a
Yeah,
good
where's
question. We
Lucian?
haven't seen him in a number of episodes.
Where's Tyler?
We don't know. He got his head bashed into a concrete.
Exactly. His head was smashed in on the Vampire Diaries last we checked.
Yeah, but like that's in. I don't know. I don't know when the timelines are anymore. I'm gonna say
They
that
don't
might
seem
be in
to
the
match
future.
up. Yeah, I don't know. What's happening?
No idea what's
We
happening.
just know they're gonna be caught up at the end. Beyond
Mhm.
that, we don't know.
We're hoping.
We're hoping, yeah.
Oh, didn't they? I thought, oh, we were not. Oh.
Mm.
Thought they had to be caught up. But they're
don't.
trying to have them caught up.
They should. I don't know what their plan is. I'm so confused.
Well, with this unlinky sire line thing looming and probably going to happen, that's their way of unlinking the shows. Because, like we mentioned a few times at the beginning of this season, that as long as we mentioned on Vampire Diaries too, as long as Stefan and Damon are alive in this 3-year flash forward, Klaus is alive.
Yeah.
But if they do this unlinky thing, now they can actually have, continuity where they can put these characters in more danger in originals.
If the sire line break works like that, I'm thinking it only works with specific. You have to do it on a per vampire basis. You don't link
that's what I'm
unlink the
thinking,
original
too.
from everyone. I think you have to pick the people. So
Yeah,
all
the people
of the
have to be
Strix-
involved
yeah.
in the ritual
Yeah.
for it to work on them.
That's
whereas
a good
everybody
point,
else
too.
has to do it on their own.
That could be a good curveball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find out in the coming weeks. Anyway, on that note, Dom, where you find Kente?
Where you find me here on Twitter at PHENOMEDOM. Phenomenon.
Nikki?
Do.
Can also find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
And Kim?
You can also find me on Twitter at HUFFITY, PUFFITY.
You can find me on Twitter at Philidrin, right there. And you can also find us all on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Gmail, MySpace, and YouTube at ASOTV Podcast.
What was the second to last one?
MySpace.
Doesn't sound right to me.
Well, then do it right. Good man.
Sorry.
You
Okay.
can
Awesome.
follow us at those places for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and games. Thank you all for watching.
They're coming for me. They're coming. I have to run.
What did you do now?
I don't know. I don't know this time.
We made a snowman.